there, Laura Wilson from Gold Star Work. Today I am going to show you how to make this very simple splatter card for Valentine's Day. So you can make your own homemade Valentine's card, and it's really easy and it's really fun. So let's go get started. Okay, today we're going to make a little Valentine's Day card, and the first thing you'll need is some little hearts, and I've just drawn some hearts onto my bits of paper here and cut them out. So I've got 3 different sizes. I've got a small one, and a medium one, and a slightly bigger one for this card. So I'm going to start off with the big one. I'm going to draw in the size that I want my card. I'm just checking that it's in the right place, and I'm going to use my fan brush, my little fan brush here, and I've got some red and I've got some pink and some purple. So I'm going to start off with the pink. And make a watery mix of that, and I'm just going to sprinkle that on my page. Even a little bit of splatter where I don't want it up the top there, so I'm just going to put another piece of paper up there. And we're just going to splatter the colour on. And I'm going to use a bit of purple. So it'll depend on how much water you've got on your brush and how thick you make the mixture to how much paint that you get, how big of splotches you get. A bit of red. And you want to make sure that around where the edges of the heart are, you've got splotches, because that's where you're going to be able to see the shape. So when you take the stencil off, you get the shape of your heart, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Now you want to dry that off before you do the next bit so that it doesn't smudge. So because watercolour dries a bit lighter than when it's wet, so when you're making the mixtures, just keep that in mind. And I'm going to do my next heart over the top there. I'm going to start off with some purple this time, down the bottom. And we get the next one. So dry that one off before I do the next one. And then do the next one, little one. If you want to make your pink even lighter, you can add a little bit of white to it. If you haven't got a pink that you think is light enough, by just adding water into it. so I need to get a bit more. So there's the outline of the tree there. And now I'm going to get just a round brush. This one's a number 6. And I'm going to get a little bit of brown paint. This is just some burnt umber. Mix in some water. And make a little heart tree. Just adding a few little extra colours down the bottom just to tie it all in. And the other thing we can do with this, and I'm just going to put my piece of paper back on the top so this side doesn't get dirty, is we can just spray just plain water over there. Just don't want plain water on that little bit there. So I can just mop that up with a paper towel. And I'm going to drop a few little colours in. And you can get a straw and do a bit of straw work. And any bits that you don't like, you can just mop up a bit with your paper towel. It gives it a bit more of a random kind of tree kind of feel to it. And I'm going to dry that off. And I'm just going to splatter a little bit more of the colour on. And here is the finished card. And all I've done is I've put a little bit of pink chalk smudged around the edges, and I've mounted it on a piece of mauve coloured paper. And here's a few other examples. Hopefully you'll be able to see those okay, because they are in plastic. And this one, and this one, and they're all done with the same method, with splattering. This one hasn't had a stencil on it, that's just a free form one. It looked a bit like not a dandelion, a clover flower. It looked like a clover flower. And these ones were an oval stencil, and this one was the hearts again. So there's a few different ideas for that. Really simple method, really easy to do, and nice and quick, but very effective. So I hope you'll give it a go and have some fun. So happy painting, everyone. Bye.